BlueWater 2 was a project from Innovate UK. It was primarily looking at the use of drones at ports, looking at the efficiency and environmental impact of ports as part of the Clean Maritime demonstrator competition. BlueWater 2 was led for Innovate UK by Skyports and Consortic as a contributor. BlueWater actually consisted of two phases. BlueWater 1 was about looking at drone operations at ports with international port. BlueWater 2 was about drone operations at 5 of the UK's ports. Ships in ports often use a lot of heavy fuels and they're very heavy on emissions. Clean Maritime for BlueWater 2 was about looking at how drones could be used to reduce the carbon footprint and emissions from ports. So we were looking at the airspace requirements, looking at the ground risk requirements. We prepared 3 reports. One was the appraisal of the port and the air environment and the operation of drones at that port. We then did an assessment of the operational and airspace feasibility at each port. And then finally, we did a series of use cases for each port. And the final part was a roadmap for implementation for the port so that it could go from including VLOS operations to BVLOS operations. So what we learned from the reports that we put together is that ports are complex environments, and certainly from a port operation perspective, the reports that we put together will allow a port to map out the actions that it needs to take to progress from having no drone operations at a port to progress to beyond visual line of sight operations, which can then become quite complex. So what we learned from BlueWater 2 is that drone operations at a port is feasible. It's not a simple thing to get through, and it is very complex. However, you need to have a good advisor who could be with you. And that's what we do.